already in college, right, or high school. What does it mean if somebody say, I'm going to improvise? Let's say the Gintiga plan, or you don't take Ramadi or meat, but tell you to be positive. If you need to improvise, don't be the bureau heading meeting. What does that mean? So you guys, let's make it a little interaction, okay? Then I'm going to put you on the spot, man. You are the students here. So improvise or improvisation means let it go to the mapping. Make it go to the mapping. Then you just improvise. Maybe you take you make something with it. Does that make sense? Are we together? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So, individually, you're gonna improvise. You make something with what you have. So right now, we take an appointment. Go to both and get a yoke go. Go get an appointment. You tell me now. Ni bus ki I'm gonna improvise. Improvisation will know. Either by Java Choga, keep better than other than the good when they took Janara, deny your keep work of it, or don't make a lot for their work as well. Plan to do a metal before they work what. Right? But look at that, what am I going to do? I'm going to improvise. Improvisation, almost like being resourceful. Again, I'm going to go there. So, take the other check, very important. I want to ask you guys one question. Make a picture, right now, like this, right? I took a picture. Child print a picture of the child come in my land, Charlie. Now, boy, me child come in picture of them. And no, don't be called me telling them, very picture of them. No, don't be one because I need you. Right? So, any run to call the other oh, there we go. Oh, goodness. So just like Sister Nyapa is saying, Nyapa, right? That Micha come picture man, that can go around, play the other. What does that mean? I'm going to do that. Okay, yes, but what does that mean? A gem told me Jim already will kill. Ramabugurian and Jim. What does that mean? No, that's one of the things, yes. Right? And what did it? Somebody else? Okay. Okay, that's one thing, yes. Okay. What do you lady think? I'm looking for something. Anybody else think? It doesn't matter either a jin balang, teach jin balang, go on a jin alone. It doesn't matter. One and the teacher we can't go or go out together. It's a human nature. Call me and let the girl in Kenya. Canada. Okay? Humans are selfish in themselves. Right? Chen radio, Jirandul, the Timudi, Chiramuji, come picture of Wabu in Kenya. But on good point. Right? So that is very important piece to know. What I'm trying to get at right now is that you say I. Say I. Everybody say I. I. You are the most important person in this room. Does that make sense? You are the most important person in this room. Again, I'm a boom nijan, madong de lomija, madong de ngai nija ngai along, madong de ngai nija pelijan along, madong de guino go anijan along, but charmo bege jikenyam. Does that make sense? Yes. So that put a value in yourself. It put an important value in yourself. So what does that mean right now? Michi kutekejen circle man. Chiku ngaj ejen jirama bumnijen, rama pelijen, rama ngingwa, karama dong ya de duoda ngwal nen. Da mi jeke da mugo da ngwal nen. Goro batene dang raw bi lodge right now before chikondo na many talk. What does that tell you? Michi jin kwa jirama bumnijen along karom kelo. Ray nene dia. Chari no la point. What does that mean? A woman don't kuji jawdi feel it nyaboy, I'll give you opportunity. How do you feel? Miche kwajen jirama dong ma bumnijen rama pelijen ma ngay ningwa any ram ajen charity we do already. Kuji jako, what how would you feel about that? Do you feel it? Right? You would feel good, right? So that is the main thing, guys. Namani jana bumni jana long, you will feel good because ngeje jen jirama bumni jarama pele jarama ngai nungak rama dong any rather than mitema guro we jekenya me jindi kon jekenya. So does that mean you changing your mental mindset? So you have to talk positively about yourself instead of talking about negatively about others. So if you want to do something, you are the only person you have to think positively about. Does that make sense? So today, we're going to make it very simple. I don't know if this projector is working. Okay. Many. Many khara mo gaya. I hope na mecha dundan bi yarata. Oh my goodness, come on. All right, perfect. Now I'm going to take agent time. So let what I really want to talk to you guys today is the basics of entrepreneurship and startup, right? That's what I really want to talk to you guys about. When you are under 35 years old, Ryudun to college, don't tell you lot. Or by the show of hands, show me many to come near, me take a lot. Okay? But many to come near, me jiram go lot. All right? Okay, and gadro. Chelat go. Chelat go. So, almost 90% of us want a job. Go to the lad. Okay? Katela lad ke Gambella. So this is gonna be an informal discussion. So just a simple talk, information. Me take a question here, you can hold it. You may talk, you can ask as well. Okay? So we're gonna talk about this just like a little basic of workshop. Okay? If you can read it there, basic of a startup without funding, basic of entrepreneurs, basic of investment opportunity. That is what that means. So normally, a class like this, you will need to have a note for yourself. So if you want to use your phone to take some note, great, okay? So, but Dundana Within is more informative. I'm hoping it will be valuable for you. So when we think Mirai Konko is success, take a definition, which I got a Nightingale. Success is a progressive realization of a worthy ideal. Success is a progressive realization of a worthy ideal. And when we call Lodanamano, Lodano, take a goal. You have a goal, you realize it. Okay? And then you're going toward that goal. If you have that, you are successful. That means if you have that, you are successful. Success is a progressive realization of a worthy ideal. Take a dup down one to like you makeka. And these are things that we're gonna go over here right now. Right? Menyam is E, stand for employees. That means you are working for somebody. Led, good time to good trade, ko pay. You are a regular employee. The other one is self-employed. That means a jiramu could let la point. Let the service do, let the product do, jinkaro let it to the altano, then pay rather than. Let the chit Camilla and let's say I do plumbing. Okay? Metaga plumbing and let the man let the la pointer. I am becoming self-employed. Meta DNA is investors or investment. That means somebody, come you the chica will let keja, but you could eject. So he's investing his money. And the other one is business. You becoming investor business. At time investor woodman business I can own part of it. But target youth and target capital rate. Oh come on. Chikara when you or just all right. Are we together? Okay. Take some note if you need to take two. So what is a startup? A startup is a new business created to solve a problem or provide service or a different or a better way. It usually begins small, grow step by step. Oftentimes it starts with very little limited resources. A startup is a new ideas turned into actions. Oh, why is this not working? A new idea turned into actions. Are we together? Okay. A startup is a new idea turned into actions. That's what a startup is. Oftentimes, a step by step, very simple. Like what this sister started, like what that brother started. Okay? In a place where there is no opportunity, oftentimes, la tuong niting wanted la startup. So, who is an entrepreneur? Angala entrepreneur. So, entrepreneur, you could say you are an entrepreneur. But entrepreneur is this: somebody who sees a problem, aramajik solutions, uses creativity, skills, and effort to create something. Right? It starts even when there are no money, no support, guarantee. An entrepreneur is a problem solver who take action. Jiramagwejiriak can be on or be solved. That is an entrepreneur. Are we together? So you are an entrepreneur. Before. That means you have a solution. You have to find a solution. Okay? So what makes an entrepreneur different? Right? So entrepreneur, they look for opportunity where others look for problems. You guys notice take ramala te thangwan ne re doarun take ramala ne ni jemi te mi talk la re beneriak. Do you realize that? Kate garadu den mala gwe me take a problem, I see a solution for it. Gwejo de la de problem. You are an entrepreneur when you look of how to solve problems. Okay? Like I talk is small, but like I think long term. You're going long term. Togi la method, but Jerry, kagwame bear. You know, you take responsibility. Okay? And you build something from limited resources. La do la beauty, right? You stay committed. Committed, you have to be committed. Right? That would be that. You will say you will do it. That's being committed. Right? And then you keep learning, improving, and adapting. So be learn, and then you improve, you adapt. Adapt, you're going to make something on the thing that are happening. Right now, you will think, improvise, and adapt. That is what that means. So entrepreneurs don't wait. They create. Entrepreneurs should do something. You start to do something right now. That's what being entrepreneur means. What does a startup and entrepreneur do first? Startup entrepreneur. What do you do first? You start by observing your community. You identify a simple problem. You create a small solution for it. And then you test it quickly. Right? You improve and grow slowly. You start small, start simple, and start now. Somebody say, start small, start simple, and start right now. That is the biggest thing you need to do. Already. Right? And I don't use it for 1 week. What's going to happen? That's it. Right? It's going to become numb. So you have to start now. Start small and start simple. That's what entrepreneur and startup do. Okay? In this place, Gambella, where a startup is very important. Take a poor economic at Gambella. Tell them go. A lot of things are pretty poor, pretty dusty. Right? a place where there is no jobs, no industry. We're talking about manufacturing. What the don't let go think of manufacturing. Right? No investor. Tell her I'm more you don't invest. Right? With many problems. Remember, entrepreneurs think about solution when they see problem. Right? Startup become the only path, there was misspelling, for survival, progress, and economic growth. So if you think about the startup and becoming a business owner or entrepreneur, you can make economic. You can become the one that created and changed the community because you think about solving problem. Right? So a startup, they create micro jobs. Like let the thought. They just started something. Method somewhere. Is something. Right? We have this sister that say that tell you but phone the chair cock. That is being resourceful. That is being an entrepreneur. So what I was talking about, Kenya, your mindset. You have to change your mental, thinking. Generation need to go, but this generation need to change what we're thinking. Right? So for entrepreneur to be successful, you need to think positively. Think positively, stay patient, keep learning, solve real problems, serve people with fairness and honesty. The right mindset is more valuable than money. Somebody say the right mindset is more valuable than money. Michi charwi du chiger, you bigger more. You have to think differently about yourself, right? Did she say that, right? Just like you are saying, you have to think good, positive about yourself. No matter how many degrees you got, you are never really going to go any far. Are we together? Yes. Yeah. So, what are some major obstacles? You have a startup business, right? So, till I talk, sometimes you will face some obstacles. Right? You will, lack of startup capital. Don't tell you to don't do right? No saving, tell saving, tell investor. No access to loan. Tell them loan. Those are things that can help you. But tell it. So if you don't have that, what do you do? There's a weak economic and low purchasing power. People have very little income. Right now, many more don't let is very small. That demand you to be a startup or an entrepreneur. You have to do something. Right? A limited knowledge. Don't tell knowledge. Key skill. Most youths do not have a training in business. Don't tell a training of business. Go to be business talk. You don't even know what that means. Who go to be business talk? What does that mean? What is business really? Do you know what it takes? Are you going to be able to do that work first? You're going to fail over and over and over again. Do you know how to do risk? Do you know your financial statements? Do you know your income statement? Your balance sheet? Your cash flow? No business training, that's also a challenge. An obstacle. Okay? No infrastructure. Go with the metal infrastructure. We can agree to that, right? Take a bad road, lack of technology, internet, unstable social environment, right? A tribal conflict. So nichang la Korea to go with many, na be ko to me pai to pan ba du ba gag bang an gag. That is also a problem, right? Those are issues. Right? Community mindset and fear of failure. Fail. That was a very important observation, right? People fear to take risks. If you don't take any step, you already fail. If you don't take any step, you already fail. The first step is the most important thing, right? And then you make some decision. Then the minor obstacles, don't that transport, Michi business talk, don't tell you to you're gonna have transportation for, limited tools, tell you basic equipment, let's say you have some cleaning product that you need, don't take like you decide, you're gonna have cleaning. But tell you to don't do cleaning. Those are obstacles. Okay? Lack of record keeping. So any run go miche business talk. Ryudun chicken record a keep. Let's say it's cheap business she talk. Te dama na ni chi largo amanda ni chi business that talk ko like and you get a math ke chai. Am I correct? Right? So, that is lack of training and lack of record keeping. Ko business today intelligent ke de more intelligent ke de chi more intelligent. And that is exactly what happened to that friend. Jana chi to ga jan wudma. Wuda letter conmanda. Right? Social pressure from family and expectation. Take a social pressure and a family expectation. Don't do that and they pressure you. Ki baji kwan. Ki jian dora ba nyimi chaji kwan bi chawdu jila oro. Whatever that is. Namanda to obo. Right? Chiri yen gwa dong de ran jo mi chaji kwan da bi chawdu rom biya nyin kunti biya olat. That is a social pressure and family pressure and expectation. Totonica problem is that are there already. Already. You already know this. But when you have those problems, are you going to be an entrepreneur and start up and solve the problem? That is the question. Okay? They could overcome it. You to starting, funding capitals. So Tangwani, you start by doing simple things like a service businesses. A startup, you can start by approaching that require only time, that require no time and no money. So mite muguri dong de solve dong de ku lanija ka ma dong da time do da nang ja ki riam do ki ledu dong tele yuru wanda now. Those are simple ways you start to solve something. Right? And what care other than right? Like cleaning, garbage collector, water fetching, right? Pure bunny area. Okay? You can you can form a group of people. They can form together. You guys start something, a fishing business, even. Now you create a job for yourself. You need to think of how to solve problems. Right? So two people, can do something, and the other two can do another thing. Then they don't know. Now tell the government below, you have something to do. You have a job that you created, and you're working on it. Only thing about a commitment to be time to be little sweat, and then be time to be spent. You are becoming a problem solver, an entrepreneur, a startup. So we're going to do a little exercise, okay? Let's do a little exercise, okay? So, Nate chup This group here, take a table, okay? And you guys here, just all 5 people, right? Try to think of what could we do as a startup. What is 2 businesses that are to go to yogur, but they're just simple. Business to yogur, something that you can do. It doesn't need money, it just needs your time and your sweat. Your time and your sweat. Think about that. We're gonna break that, we're just gonna make it in like 5 minutes, okay? So just make sure you think pretty well. Table, that's okay. Just do it by table. Table. Okay, just go ahead. Do you understand the assignment? Say yes. Okay. So go ahead, turn around, and come up with 2 businesses, and then choose one person who can be the head of that business. Okay? Just come up with that real quick. You have 5 minutes or 10 minutes. Yeah, this group do. So think about it. You only got 5 minutes. Business that does not need money. 2, just 2. Yeah. You're Do we understand the assignment? Okay. Think of 2 businesses. Okay? Investor go. Just business, me don't they go to time. Come don't they lat kariam do. So just those. Think of 2 of those. Huh? No. Me lode che yogura. Chi yogur karada dien. Me don't they lat la point do kariam do. Atela yo to go to Kenya. Yes. Yes. So just think about that. Okay, go ahead. Yes. Tiato? Okay. Jinde? Huh? Okay. Chiagua, okay. This is good. Michia Togi, or just say yes? Okay, all right. Oh, Chiatoba? All right, thank you guys. Chola, could use the phone. Use your phone. Okay, you know. Okay, could you kuliang? It's a chola.
Represent the group.
Yeah.
Group.